saying he had a friend who had like a little switch. When you hit the switch, his number plate pops up, like it then hides away. How fucking cool would that be? I wanted to kind of give like a little review of my Yamaha MT-07. I think for London riding, it's one of the best bikes you can really get. Like the ease of filtering, switching between lanes, the torque to get you out of trouble. The sound, once you slip on an aftermarket can, it's really good. However, I do find that I am looking at sport bikes reviews again, and starting to fancy R1s and the like. Which isn't saying that this bike is bored of it or anything like that, but I suppose you always like to look around at different things, don't you? But this bike this makes you not ride. When I say ride fast, I don't mean it doesn't make you want to go on a motorway and pin it for 10 minutes going 150 or 160 miles an hour. That's not what it wants. What it does make you want to do is skip ahead of people. And it does get looks like I just came from the Ace Calf there, where there's some amazing machines. And this bike was still getting looks, so I was pulling away there. Everett was just waiting for me to rev it up. So that's pretty special. Like, also, when I say it's easy to use, I mean it's easy to live with. It's very light. If you want to shove it around, as in when you park it up and get off the bike, moving it around, not a problem. Very light bike. When you're pulling into places to park, you're not worried about how you're going to get the bike out without looking like a complete fucking tool bag. And when I was looking for a replacement bike for my sports bike, what I was actually looking for was pretty much Royal Jordanian's like Nuda is what I think is unreal, right? But it's too big. It's too big for me. I've got tiny little legs, as I've said many times. So because of that, it's not practical. I wouldn't be able to even get my tiptoes down. But I wanted a bike that had a similar sound, which I know he says himself that that's not possible without buying a Nuda, but this is similar-ish. It's along the same kind of sound. So yeah, I was getting something that sounds something like it, getting something that's really flickable in traffic, handles almost like a supermoto. It's comfortable and it's got loads of torque. And obviously looks good. That was the criteria. And I think the MT-07 delivers on all of those, really. Obviously looks are subjective, but it gets compliments wherever it goes. So the one thing this bike doesn't have, is the rarity. There's going to be lots of MT-07 riders. Now, saying that, I haven't actually seen many of them. Because the bike is good value. And because it does this. And the price. Everyone is talking about the price that it redefines what you can get for your money. So you'd assume there'd be a lot of them. And if there isn't, then there will be. Because I went to buy one of these or test ride. The dealer that I went to basically said that he can't find second-hand ones. He said they're like gold dust. And that was probably 2 months ago. This one has an aftermarket can on it. Well, it's actually got the full exhaust system from Scorpion. So guy might want to race. We'll see. Nope. Engine brake, engine brake, engine brake. Which Scorpion or UK manufacturer. It's pretty fucking awesome. But I like it quite a bit. I was looking at the the Acro with the carbon fiber. I just don't like the full carbon fiber on this bike. The exhaust, I don't know why, it just doesn't seem to sit well. And the titanium looks too plain. Put on Pazzo levers, shorties. I don't know if you can see them there. I might throw up like separate video footage of each one up close. Which probably should have done at the beginning. Maybe I'll do like a walk around type video thing. Like now, this is a perfect example of, I think in one of my videos I was talking about sport bikes, nakeds, and this is the exact example. This left turn here would fucking terrify me on my sports bike. At that slow speed, I'd be thinking, oh, I'm going to drop it, I'm going to drop it. But yeah, I've got the Pazzo levers and the Scorpion exhaust. What else do I have? I've put on some orangey crash protection. Pants after riding up. Yeah, orangey crash protection, and I think that's it. Oh, it's orangey tail tidy as well. No major performance upgrades. I was thinking of a Nitron shock, but I think for my kind of riding I couldn't really justify it. So the pros of this bike are ease of use, friendly, loads of torque low down, fun, lightweight, good looking, gets attention, sounds great, easy to live with, and oh yeah, economical. I don't know if you can see there, I'm getting around 50 miles per gallon, and that's driving pretty enthusiastically from stoplights. Thing as well, all the fun on this bike is going to be at first, second, third gear. So if you're doing like riding like this, it's all just, as you just saw there, all kind of tearing away. That's the fun bit. So you don't have to be doing like 160 miles an hour to be enjoying yourself. It's all like zeros up to legal speeds. Really good turning circle and really good for filtering. Now the cons of this bike, obviously you're going to get wind blast. Now I've driven this down towards Brighton, and I was driving on motorways, and you don't feel anything up around 55 or 60, but once you start creeping up into the 70s, 80s, you start to bob around, and then over 80s is just too uncomfortable to go for long. So the wind blast, the top speed obviously, which you probably wouldn't reach anyway with the wind blast. But you do feel this bike kind of losing its pulling power. So around, if you're up around the 70 and you're still trying to go on. Jesus Christ! What are you doing? Pulled out in front of the other fucking driver. Yeah, what was I saying? What a prick. Downsides of this bike: top speed, wind blast, and probably, you know, if you like your rarity and bling, doesn't have a lot of that. You know, the brakes aren't Brembo, it doesn't have all-in suspension, there's limited adjustability in the suspension. You do notice when you're really leathering it that the back is very soft. That's why I was talking about that Nitron shock, but again, you don't notice that unless you're really pushing it. And if you're going to be doing that kind of riding all the time, then this isn't probably the best bike for that. But this gives you usability, fun, and everything I need, really. So hopefully that's helpful to someone. See you later!
Everywhere I go, I stroll around and to the side. Ever so often I might fall over to the left and to the right. I never could hold on, no matter how hard I try. Stumble, tumble, fumble. Maybe next week and maybe next month. Now I know I'm no Picasso, but I feel like a blue soul. Face twisted in my wrist sore from when I fell down a stairwell. Hell, let's try to make a combo. Face first and the legs will follow. Crash, bash, lash. Maybe next time after the next wine.